Hello and welcome to Elden Ring. Today we're going to be exploring the Caelum Ruins and defeating the Mad Pumpkinhead duo for the Visage Shield. So, here's where we are, here's where we've got to get to start this. To get to here, this is where it is, that's the site of grace, Caelum Ruins. If you start off here at the Smouldering Church, then just follow the road into Caelid as it sweeps round and down, and you'll run more or less straight into this site of grace, and then the ruins are just below it. This is where we need to get to. I'll just quickly show you where the actual site of grace is, and then I'll walk you back down. You'll get lots of these flaming guys here, who can be a problem if you get swamped by them, but actually sometimes if you run near them, then run away, they'll actually just blow themselves up and anything near them, and you can kind of get free runes from them. But there we go, that's the site of grace. So here's where we're going to go to get to the boss room and the item. So this guy's respawned. Just take him out. There's 2 tanks in this area, which you don't actually have to take out, but while we're here we'll do a bit of a tank fight. So this is how not to deal with that tank. I would recommend not going through that hole when you're trying to get to here. You can just deal with these while you're around. If you don't, when you run away, they'll just blow up and give you runes anyway. But it doesn't take a second, so I'll just pop down here. Now it looks like you can get up here, jumping on these mushroom thingamajiggeries and maybe roll through that corner, but you can't get through that gap. I've spent some time trying this and it doesn't work, so give that one a miss. Go right round the other side. There is a little item up on that ledge there you can grab in a minute, but we'll deal with this bottom tank first. So follow it around to the other side, and again you may find if you don't attract his attention, you can sneak up on him this way, which is a better way of dealing with the tanks. So he's obviously spotted me at this stage. That is quite a nice attack, but don't worry, because at the end of this you'll be able to emulate that attack. So, how not to fight a tank. The trick with the tank really is to try and hit the driver sitting in the back there, but they'll generally try and turn themselves around to make it very hard for you to do that. And when they roll towards you, they'll turn as they roll, making it quite hard to dodge. We'll just activate a load more flaming guys there. Not to worry. Luckily we've got quite good armour, and we've taken that one out. But we made a bit of a meal out of that. That shouldn't have been anything like as difficult as it was there. So again, you'll find they just suicide themselves and give us some runes. We can take these guys out and grab that little item in the corner there. Again, if you walk close and run away, they'll just blow up and give you runes. Finish him off. There's one more there. Just give him a light tap of the twin blades. We've got the Gargoyle's twin blade and the Gargoyle's black twin blade here. And we're going to grab this item, which is, if I remember rightly, a great dragonfly head. I think that's a crafting material, so not particularly exciting. But the reward for finishing this sort of mini dungeon is actually quite interesting and worth having to play with. Before we do it, we'll just demonstrate how you should fight the tanks. Feel free to skip forward 60 seconds at this point if you don't want to see this, but if you're wearing light armor, if you can get behind them, then crouch and walk slowly. A few good hits on that guy before he can turn it around, and you don't have to deal with any of that flaming, get run over by a tank shenanigans. Takes seconds, dead easy. If you can, look where they are from a distance, sneak around, come at them from the rear, and just take out the driver. Far, far easier. So here we are in the cellar. When we get to the bottom of the stairs, we'll just apply a couple of buffs just to get our damage output up. When you're fighting this Mad Pumpkinhead duo, I recommend you try and take them on one at a time so that you don't get double teamed as such. So if you can set it up so that you've got a good hard hitting initial attack and you can take one out quickly, then you can focus on the avoiding the attacks and dodging and whatever you need to do to stay alive with this a second. But it's much easier if you can take one out quickly and then focus on them one at a time. When you go in, they'll actually be sitting around and resting, so you have actually got an opportunity there to rush in and do some real damage before they become really active. So we've got Golden Vow, Howl of Shibiri. We've got the flask on there. We've done Seppuku as well because we've got the Lord of Blood's Exaltation talisman on, and we're wearing the Raptor's feathers, so we're going to be doing jump attacks. We've also got the Rotten Winged Sword talisman, so these successive attacks that you get from these twin blades will be quite effective. There we go, that's 2,000 damage. That's one dead. A little bit of dodging around here. Wait for the moment. Jump in. And again, that slurry of attacks more or less takes him out in one good solid jumping attack. Just get a little touch in, and that's him dealt with. Actually, much easier than the tanks, in fact. And that tank's that annoying attack that the tank does with the flames. That's pretty much the weapon skill that you get on this shield that we're about to collect. So once you've dealt with the pumpkinhead thing, just open this door here, head on through and open the chest, and you've got yourself the Visage Shield. Requires 44 strength, and it scales with strength D. Hope you've enjoyed it. Thanks a lot for watching, and like and subscribe for more Elden Ring videos.